Jessica Mulrony's family rally around her after Race Row saw her cut off by BFF Meghan Markle and cost her her TV jobs. Jessica lost two huge jobs. She lost her hosting job on I Do Redo Canada, and she lost her stylist position for Good Morning America. This is all about privilege, wealth and privilege. Who has the wealth, who has the privilege since Jessica was canceled? One slip of the tongue, this is cancel culture, one slip of the tongue, one wrong move, and they wipe away your whole life, okay? And even Meghan seems to be turning against her. I'm having trouble finding the tweet storm. I want to actually find the tweet storm, and I couldn't find it. And so all we have is she said, she said. So basically what happened is this Sasha Exeter, a woman of color, was tweeting Jessica Mulrony and saying, hey, why aren't you getting behind this BLM movement? You know, Meghan Markle is half black and she's your best friend. And so there was a heated exchange like, girl, you don't tell me what to do. That's what Jessica Mulrony basically said. And then at the end, she got so irritated with Sasha, she said, you know, if you keep on, you're going to get a lawsuit. Okay, and that's basically all that happened. What did Meghan do? Meghan immediately announced that they're moving Doria into her house to be the nanny. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, Doria lives like 2 blocks away in her own house. She's going to come live in the temporary, you know, mansion of Tyler Perry where they're basically mansion surfing until they can find the next free gig and Tyler Perry throws them out. That doesn't make any sense. So that's pure virtue signaling. We're moving my black mama into the house just so that we can be closer to her and you see how much we love her. Okay, and the other thing that Meghan announced, Meghan is absolutely mortified that she's been dragged into this complete mess. A friend of Meghan's told the outlet, interesting. She said Jessica is in no way racist, but the way she handled the situation with the fashion influencer was tone deaf and heartbreaking. So at least she didn't straight up throw her under the bus. Oh yeah, so the next thing Meghan did is she sent a message of support to Grenfell fire survivors. Okay, that's a long time ago, this fire, and that's the Jihadi John terrorist mosque where all the terrorists come out of, right in the center of London. Crazy, okay, and she made a cookbook out of there. Meghan is clearly standing against her, and what I'm most interested in is what's going to happen between Jessica and Meghan, because Jessica is Meghan's oldest friend. And when she went back to England, she left Archie, she allegedly left Archie with Jessica. She dropped off Archie. Now Meghan was in Vancouver, or Victoria, which is even further, and it's an island, and Jessica was in the middle, about 2,500 miles away. It's not like she took the car and dropped Archie off with Jessica. The whole thing smells crazy. But anyway, Jessica knows everything. Meghan is obviously trying to become a big hitter in the BLM movement because this is popping off right now. And also, there's the media trial coming up, and she's going to need Jessica. So I'm very interested to see how this will turn out between Meghan and Jessica. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome to the first video from my new digs. Jessica Mulrony was canceled by this lady, Sasha Exeter. And Sasha is screaming privilege, but Jessica was canceled. So I think Sasha is clearly in the power position, and clearly Jessica is in the lesser position, or Jessica wouldn't have been canceled. Put the shoe on the other foot, Jessica with one fell swoop cancels Sasha Exeter's whole life. What would people say? Would people say that Jessica Mulrony is the victim? I don't think so. I think the power person here is Sasha Exeter, obviously. But what I'm really concerned about is Meghan and Jessica. Is Meghan's cancellation of Jessica temporary? Because they're really besties. This is Jessica is Meghan Markle's oldest and seems to be closest friend, except for Marcus Anderson. So is this cancellation temporary? Because Meghan's just going to move away from her a little bit until everything kind of cools off. Is this temporary? Yes. I got a new cover, new yellow cover. Because we also saw Serena Williams seeming to back away from Meghan. Meghan has a lot of controversy around her, and Serena just kind of seemed to back away a little bit, and even seemed to make fun of Meghan a little bit. She just doesn't, she doesn't know who Meghan is. On that podcast with Naomi Campbell, the famous Naomi Campbell, and she looks a little like Naomi, but I'm going to get flack for that. Okay, so is this a temporary cancellation of Meghan and Jessica? We have the yes. Very critical. Yes can be yes or very key events, decisions about very key events and their close friendship. 7, 9, 16, 4 spades. Temporary ending of the close friendship. Decision to temporarily end the close friendship because of key events. Behind, we have a very strong, very long-lasting relationship. On the mind, we have, besties for life. Very, very good relationship. Home, which is the friends and family card. Coffin, ending of the friendship in the world. So publicly, she's kind of Meghan is separating from Jessica, ending the friendship in the world, for the world's eyes, manifesting a big change. Let's look at the relationship itself. Let's look at Jessica and Meghan. How strong is their relationship? Because Jessica seems like a real friend. She kind of attacks people who say questionable things about Meghan, maybe not even nasty things. She's a really strong defender of Meghan. I've not seen Meghan strongly defend her. Meghan did give her a free car, for being a clothes picker, a stylist for her for the wedding. Okay, gave her like a, I don't know, $30,000 car. And she allegedly said no, but I don't know if that, she might have said no, and then she got the car anyway. Oh, well, it's in the driveway now. And that's kind of how those things seem to work out. So let's look at how strong is Meghan's and Jessica's relationship. We'll put Jessica over here. I mean, this should be just a temporary thing. Jessica, Meghan. Oh, goodness. Oh, dear. Got a new lighting setup, too. Hopefully the lights are good. Had to buy a lamp. My other lamp ended up in the garbage because it wouldn't stand on its own 2 feet. All right, Jessica. Conflict, reacting to the conflict, and moving forward. 12, 15, 4 clubs. Just her mind is on the conflict and just healing it. Star Bethlehem is definitely a healing card, healing the conflict, reacting to it. She's all about handling the conflict. Okay. So fence sitter is very watery, just reacts to circumstances. What's going on over here with Meghan? Scapegoat, cast out, kicking her out of the close relationship, and very emotional, and 25 spades, blocked and kicking her out. But in the future, we have 2 hearts and 10 hearts. Okay, so hopefully they get back together. It would be unnatural and weird for them not to be friends later. Meghan wants to, in the public eye, she wants to separate herself from Jessica a little bit. But then,
behind the scenes, they're still talking and chatting and supporting each other. Okay, underneath we have ruler and man, both direct action cards, 26, 7 diamonds. Outside events, taking just very clear, straightforward action to separate herself from Jessica because of outside events. And then some extra cards, no, 5 spades and hamster wheel, 1924, 6 spades, poisoning the relationship. This may last a really long time. This may last a long time. And Meghan is always getting the 10 hearts. She's always getting the devil and the 10 hearts. And 10 hearts is very, very emotional. So Meghan is, even though Jessica's going through this terrible trial, Meghan seems to be making it all about herself. How could you do this to me? I'm trying to get into the BLM movement. How could you do this to me, Jessica? What terrible time. Meghan seems to be making it all about her. And the breakup will last quite a while for them. That's what I see. I don't see them getting right back together, and being besties right away. That's not good. Meghan should be afraid that Jessica will spill all her secrets because Jessica knows everything. Okay, a lot of people don't believe that Archie is actually real. A lot of people, I think there's terrible, terrible, crazy issues with Archie. I think the surrogate has kept Archie. I think that they're using stand-ins for Archie, like actor Archies. Other people think that the Archie that we've been seeing is a little girl, okay? And that's not, those chickens aren't going to come home to roost for a couple of years until the baby matures, and everybody looks at that boy and says, gosh, that is a very feminine looking boy, and by then they can resolve that problem. So is Meghan afraid that Jessica will spill her secrets? Because that's what Meghan does to everybody. Meghan was taking notes and recording and taking photographs and walking around in places she didn't belong in the palace. And of course she's going to write a book. Of course she's doing all these interviews and there's the Omid Scobie book and Carolyn Durand, who's the real writer. Carolyn is the real writer. So is Meghan afraid Jessica will spill her secrets? Because that's something that Meghan does to everybody, and that's just karma for Meghan. That's got to be karma for Meghan. High tower, hand in hand, all the people, shouting it from the highest place very publicly to all the people. Standing at the highest place, 15, 4 clubs, taking an opportunity to stand at the highest place and tell everybody. So right on the surface, there is a possibility that she'll go public with everything she knows. Underneath, cross, like a permanent relationship, secrets, and water into wine. Renewal of the secrets. The secrets will come out. 14 and 8. 22 to all the people. Yeah, she's definitely afraid that she'll spill, that Jessica will spill her secrets because she knows everything. Is Meghan going to try to keep a good relationship with Jessica because she has the trial and she needs Jessica? She needs Jessica's support in the trial. Half of her allegations were wiped away in the pretrial hearing. All the stuff where Meghan said, they were being very unfair to me, they were being malicious, the media was being malicious, all that was taken away. And now they're just left with the more technical points of, is that, did they have the right to print Meghan's father's letter? And the answer to that is, yes, they did. And I'm not a lawyer. I can tell that they did. So is Meghan going to try to keep a good relationship with Jessica, behind the scenes? She needs to. Is she going to try to keep a good relationship with Jessica behind the scenes? Oh, dear. That's sort of the obvious thing to do, is keep a good relationship with Jessica. She's your bestie. I mean, disavow her in public, pull her closer in private. That's what most people would do. So let's see. Executioner, making the cut. Straight razor, cutting. The sweet relationship. 13, 16, 17. Five hearts, reacting by cutting the relationship on the surface. So on the surface, she's definitely cutting Jessica off so she can save face. So Meghan can save face. Is she going to keep a good relationship behind the scenes, underneath? Olive tree, long relationship, interacting in the long relationship, and 12 and 6, 18, 21. So underneath, she is keeping the relationship. On the surface, she's cutting her off. I wonder if it wouldn't be a good move for Meghan to come out very strongly on Jessica's side. I think that's the right move, okay? Because then Meghan, she's a woman of color and all that business. She really gets to play those cards, and she takes the higher ground. This way, she is just, it's like she's running scared. I don't like the whole thing. I think the whole thing is not good and fishy. For Meghan, the way that Meghan's acting, I don't like how she's acting. I think it's crazy how this has turned out. And just, she says one wrong thing, and she didn't say anything. I kept looking for I wanted to see the actual tweets. It's just an argument between two women. Unless you're born yesterday, you've seen women argue. They argue all the time about everything. Okay, it happens all the time. So nothing is weird about this. So what? Her skin is slightly darker. About 50% of the white people on earth are darker than Meghan Markle. So it's strange how this has turned out. Let's review here. Okay, let's see what we've got going on. Is this temporary? Okay, key events, a decision to cut her off because of a decision to go in a different direction in the relationship because of these key events. Yeah. But the relationship in the past and on the mind is very strong, but she's going to treat her like a stranger for a while. Big change to who Meghan is letting into her life. 8 clubs is a stranger card in relationship city, just one person in the crowd. She's just not going to associate with Jessica for some time. How's the overall relationship between Jessica and Meghan? Jessica is completely focused on fixing this, reacting to the circumstances that have been created. Meghan is just kicking her out of her life, is not going to talk to her at all right now. And this is going to go on for a while. And Meghan wants everybody to see her taking direct action to cut Jessica off. And that's cold-hearted. That's very cold-hearted. And I would like to see Meghan show some heart and loyalty, especially to Jessica. Jessica's been such a good friend. Okay, is Meghan afraid that Jessica will spill her secrets? Well, right on the surface, you bet. She's afraid she's going to go public and shout it from the highest point, and she knows everything. Permanent relationship, she knows everything. Jessica knows everything, so she's definitely afraid. Will Meghan keep the relationship good underneath? On the surface, she's very strongly cutting it off. Underneath, the relationship remains and is strong underneath. So hopefully it remains strong underneath I think that Meghan should defend Jessica. Okay, even just thinking, public relations, I think the right public relations move is for Meghan to come out strongly in support of Jessica and smack this other woman down. Who are you? Just smack the other woman down. So that's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. They're going to be in stock in like 3 days. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.